Hello and welcome to episode 24 of chapter 1. We're already off topic. 3 women, 1 podcast, hot tea and even hotter takes. I'm Mary.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Elizabeth.
And tonight we're covering chapters 14 through 26 of Riftborne. But first, what is everyone having? I like that we all have a different form, like hardback, paperback, Kindle.
I have a couple of things because I don't know. I never know how, whatever. You know what? Anyway, I have like a little like chocolate chip strawberry cheesecake bowl situation. And then I have a couple of chocolate chip muffins that I made for breakfast that I just still have. And then
I have a protein bar because I'm the idiot that is doing a fasting challenge with my husband.
she was like, I can only have these.
I can only have
And I
this
was
right
like,
now.
okay. I just happen to have some, fortunately.
But I can drink what I want.
And we're having cinnamon
Yes.
cinnamon lattes.
This is right here.
I tried to make a peach latte. It curdled. It was gross. So, cinnamon it is.
No bueno. But I got me a new pot to add to my collection.
Cute.
Oh, it's so cute.
So I'm just having like a Earl Grey, basically, tea. Well, it's like a London fog because it's like Earl Grey with a little vanilla, a little cream. And then I'm having a chocolate chip cookie. It's like the world's largest chocolate chip cookie because last night I was like not feeling great, but I was really craving a sweet little treat. And I did not want to make like a whole batch of cookies because me and my husband will never eat them all. So I found this recipe for it was like supposed to be like 1 cookie, but it ended up being, there was no way it was going to be 1 cookie. So I made 2 cookies and I saved one for tonight.
Nice. Well, Elizabeth told me not to really go and like bake because of the fast. And so this morning when I made the muffins for the kids, I was like, I will just save some for later.
You can bake as much as you want for you. I just didn't want you to like bake for me.
I found
Oh, I hope this ends soon.
I ordered some cocoa.
Aren't you doing it through April?
Yeah, I looked up when Lent ends. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna try. Well, that's the challenge. I don't want to be the first to give in, though. Y'all, it's only been this is the 3rd day.
Well,
She's like,
when
and
we
I'm
texted
already
about
ready for it to be over.
I was like, anytime I've ever done a fasting challenge, it makes me, or when I don't eat like all day, like, you know, I get cranky. And I'm like, if you're going to be doing this for like a month and a half, girl, you can get cranky.
We have, well, it's supposed to be you eat every 4 hours, like a bar. So it's not like a big fast. But we limited ourselves to a protein bar.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack, right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these.
Yes.
There's 200 calories.
Yes.
800 calories a day.
Yes.
Okay.
Plus your drink.
We are not
I'm getting
promoting
a
this
lot
as
of
any
drinks.
sort of healthy thing.
Plus whatever's in this.
So, for our listeners, we are not recommending this.
No, this is a challenge between my husband and I, but also for Lent, and we'll see how long it lasts. We don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Well, that cheat day may be like a cheap rest of my life. The day may turn into months and years.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a pretty banging cookie. I mean, it was a good recipe.
I
remember
didn't
that.
bake this. This is just cheesecake filling that came in a thing.
Elizabeth's over there just like,
I cut up some strawberries.
Peanutty
and I poured
goodness.
some chocolate chips in, but dang. I also haven't eaten today, so this is probably like really hitting in a way that probably maybe wouldn't if I was.
Not hating on Nature Valley protein bars. They are good. They're tasty, but I just would prefer more.
you're like, I would prefer something with a more well-rounded balance.
Yes. Yes.
Alright, so last week in Riftborne, we left off where Fia and the General had been training, but it wasn't going very well. And when I say training, I mean sitting in a chair across from one another and just staring at each other for like hours on end. Then they both end up getting very frustrated that nothing's working and getting a little bit of a tiff and basically give up on each other, both walking out of training. So when we start off the set of chapters, we start with actually Asta is complaining about all the work she's having to do to get ready for this ball, this tribute ball that's getting ready to happen, which celebrates the military and the guards and like whatever. And which, of course, Asta, being Asta and her personality type, is very much lamenting the fact that she really wants to attend. Like, she wishes she could attend. It's going to be amazing. But she's just having to do all the work for it. Fia, meanwhile, of course, with her personality, has zero interest in attending said ball. So they go to meet that evening. They go to meet Aaron, which was our FedEx delivery driver, and Jacqueline, which was his wife who just had the baby. And they go to visit them and visit the new baby and have dinner. They meet them at their townhouse. So again, I'm gonna tell you the sense of place where we're at and the time frame. I feel like it almost got worse. I'm not even sure how that happened, because later we get like a whole gondolier in Venice situation, and I'm like, where did that come from?
I don't know where we are. And also,
I don't know either. The language
she just had a
changes
baby.
too.
Why are you letting her cook for you? Y'all need to bring food. She just had a baby, homie.
Right, make it a potluck.
I'm like, you know what? We're gonna come visit the baby. By the way, make me a home cooked meal.
I don't even cook, but I wouldn't go empty-handed. I mean, bring something.
Bring a cheesecake.
Yeah. Something store-bought.
So during dinner conversation, they joke about Aaron's ability to apparently his focus is he can disappear, and they're kind of joking about how that came about when they were younger and playing hide and seek. And Fia ends up quizzing him about how he's able to use it, like where it comes from, how he controls it. And Jacqueline mentions her focus is the same as her mother's, which has Asta start thinking about like their parents. And it's hinted that like it's like a dangerous subject to talk about. Like, we don't talk about our parents, we don't talk about that time frame and things like that. So the next day, while reorganizing the apothecary, Fia runs across a stone she's never seen before. And when she asks Ma about it, Ma explains it's arcanite, which is supposedly a conductor of essence. But Ma thinks there actually might be more to it than just that, so she's planning to do some experiments with it. So I feel like
That's gonna come back.
we see arcanite come back already in these sets of chapters, but I feel like what Ma's doing might come back. I feel like Ma might have more of a... I'm hoping.
Pulse.
Yes, like out of the group, she seems to be more aware of like what's happening. She's the one I would trust.
I hate
So
that her and Fia get so weird though.
the general he shows back up and he goes to Fia and says he wants to try the training one more time, which we kind of predicted might happen. And he's got a whole different approach. We're not going to sit in chairs no more. He's got a different plan. So Fia agrees. He ends up taking her back to the gym, back to Planet Fitness. Away they go. And lo and behold, who's there? We called it the guard that pulled the lever. I figured out how to do it.
Wrong.
The guard's there. The general is sort of kind of instigating, trying to make her more angry. And like, because she's mad at she's afraid, she's mad, she's confused. And the general's really trying to like draw out those feelings in her and then getting that, like trying to convince her to direct that at the guard. As she does that, as she focuses on the guard, she's able to finally do that. She's able to direct her power, and she's like lifting him up off the ground. And she realizes as she's doing that she doesn't like that was her win. She's done. Like, she doesn't feel like she needs to kill him. And so she refocuses her energy and is able to like withdraw her power, which was a really big thing for her because before she could never have any control over it. And she like lets him go.
She seemed to get that kind of quick.
Yeah, just out of the blue.
She's like, you know what? Let me take a step back. I'm like, you mean in all these years you weren't like, you know what? Let me think about this. Like, like never once. Anyway.
No.
So
Like,
the general.
I would just kill this dude.
Well, the only thing I could say is maybe because when she lost the bracelet, that power started building and she was panicking and it rained and it helped her kind of pull it back in. So I don't know if like she's kind of starting to get the hang of that. We're going to give the benefit of the doubt and just say that, sure, that's what happened. But the general walks over super casual to the guard and is like thanking him for his cooperation, which is pissing Fia off, and then just like runs him through with his sword and kills him.
Which also pisses Fia off.
Right. Which then he's like, apologies for the mess. And tells her that's his gift to her and that she should have trusted him. And afterwards, I'm at the point I have a little bit of issues with all of the characters, except for Ma. Ma can do no wrong. But like, because afterwards she goes back to the apartment and she sees Asta. Asta sees her covered in blood. And of course, Asta's first thing is like, who did you kill? And she's like, it's not my blood. And she's like, I wasn't worried about it being your blood. Like, who'd you kill? And she was like, I was with the general. And she's like, did you kill the general?
Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do we need to get out of here?
Right. Fia finally explains what happened with the guard and her training and the general and everything. And for the first time ever, I agreed with Asta because she was like, I'm glad he's dead. And I'm like, yes, sister.
Cheers.
Meanwhile, Fia's over here having some whole moral conundrum because she's just like all up in her feels about it and just all over the place. She's like mad that the guard or that the general killed him. She's like feels guilty about it and she's being really weird about it. But then she's also like kind of like, I'm glad he's dead.
Should I
She
be
can't make a
upset that
choice.
I'm glad that he's dead?
But you can't change it.
Afterwards, Asta tells Fia that she thinks that she can actually trust the general. So again, sort of that, like the what, I don't know that we can trust the general. Like I kind of feel like we can, but then sometimes he does stuff that seems sort of shady and I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
This Narissa person.
Dude, I have a whole scorecard going for like the general. I'll be like, point for you, good job. And then I'll be like, oh, take that back. Never mind. Just cross that off.
Like, she's the only other one that he's trained individually. And I'm like, so do you like...
Oh, I have thoughts on
Things
that when we
there?
get to that. I'm like, it's sort of giving creepy professor. I don't know.
Right!
Well, and it's
and
weird because
and I'm gonna say there are times where like so there's characters in here that I'm like they have like so I felt like Fia and Mercer had more chemistry than Fia and the general, and they like barely interact. And I'm pretty sure Mercer's gay and has like a boyfriend.
I liked Mercer. I also
And then-
liked the other dude.
And then I also was like Briar and Asta maybe, but then I'm like, is Briar gay?
Like, I mean, either that, I mean, you know, either that or he's just like really into fashion, which is also fine. But, you know, he does
Well,
get a
at
little,
first
like-
he was giving like, I'm flirting with anything that walks and talks and breathes and has boobs, right? Because at first he's like, Fia, pretty new toy. Like, we should hang out. Let's go do stuff, da 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 da. And then the minute Asta shows up, he's like doing the same thing. He's like really chatty with her. And I was like, Rose
maybe you're just like a girl's girl. Yeah.
yeah. And then, but
Maybe
then the
both.
more he was like talking, the more I'm like, which team are you on, Briar?
Yeah.
it could be both. He could be fluid.
Could be both.
Could be
What?
both.
I'm trying to think, like, who are the guys that they were with? What? It wasn't Mercer. The two guys that they were with at the ball.
At the ball.
Like, they
Gosh,
seemed kind of cool.
They do seem cool. They haven't shown back up yet because they get deployed.
Right. So I'm like, I thought that they had, she seemed happy with them. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
And now suddenly she's calling him Larrick in her head, or Larrick, or however we say his name. And I'm like, and then she says it to him, and he was all, you can't say that in front of people.
Yeah, I know. He's like, careful.
But he's like okay with her calling him that, but just not in front of other people. And I was like, ooh, interesting.
Again, it's giving professor. It's giving like creepy like professor.
I think it's Larrick. Larrick. LAHR-ECK. I'm like, this doesn't help me at all because I
I
feel
know,
like
but how do you pronounce the LAHR?
because I feel like that could be Lair
Lar.
or Lar. Like I feel like that could go
Lair.
either way. Larrick. Larrick.
Her.
I don't think it's that one.
not.
I don't think
I don't know. I think in my head I've been
I'm
saying
like the
Larrick.
glossary didn't know.
I think I've just been like
Not the
Larrick.
glossary. The
Yeah, the
glossary.
glossary, yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Your pronunciations and your glossaries.
Pronunciation guide and glossary.
Yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah.
You got it.
I'm like, I
So
know.
they end up Fia and the general end up doing some more training, but they end up just kind of going back to sitting around, which I was like, that's a choice. And she's able to pull on her power a little bit, but like not a ton. The general seems happy with it. She's kind of frustrated. But afterwards, the general's like, so about that ball, you need to go. And when she attempts to argue with him, because of course she has zero desire to go to this ball, he then uses Asta as a manipulation tool. So I was like, point off for the general. Because he's like, oh boy, you deny Asta the chance to go? Because if you go, Asta can go, as your guest.
I figured that you would be bringing her.
Yeah. So I was like, well, that's sort of a dirtbag move, buddy. But we're just going to say he was playing the long game there. If she needed to get, everybody needed to get comfortable with her being there. And the
Also, like his little
there.
assembly line of women. I just feel like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's giving, there's not necessarily a mention of a
Assembly line of women?
assembly line of women. It's not necessarily
His
mentioned
harem.
that there's a harem, but it's just giving.
It's kind of
there's like the brunette that like pops out, and then like Narissa puts her like hand under the table, and I'm over here like, this is giving. You got a lot of ladies. Like,
yeah.
maybe it's all.
Well, when we said that last episode, I was like, it's kind of when she goes to agree to this like training with him, and she meets him at his place or at his office or whatever it was, that other girl was there, and it was like sort of insinuated that she caught him in this like promiscuous situation, and I was like, is he like a medieval player?
Are we in medieval times?
I don't know, because we're getting ready to go on the gondolier.
Are we
I'm like,
just in Italy?
I'm like, is his office just like in Scranton? Like what?
Well, there's a gondolier.
So Austin ends up making her this like silvery white gown to wear to the ball. It sounds very pretty. I'll give her that. And it's like to match her hair, makes her stand out, whatever. Asta made herself like this red scarlety dress. And again, it's like super over the moon now that she's getting to go to this ball. She's very excited.
And she's all like team general.
Oh yeah.
Love him.
Honestly, Asta and the general sometimes had more chemistry than Fia and the general. So they end up traveling by boat in a canal next to the apartment, which, again, it was giving a striped shirt gondolier just rowing them down, playing some music.
It does, though.
I was like, where did this canal come from?
I mean,
I don't
I don't
remember
know.
any mention of it. There was no boat.
Like, that's how we're traveling. All right, then.
So, anyway, now we're in Venice. We're just going to the ball.
When the moon hits your
I'm sure Venice has Planet Fitnesses, y'all. Come on.
That's amore. So they arrive at the ball, and Asta is back to being just insufferable. Don't ruin this for me. Not everything is about you, Fia.
Well,
Stop
I
being
agree.
tortured and brooding.
I agree with that, but I also recognize too that like Fia does automatically jump to they're looking at me because I'm Riftborne, and not necessarily they're looking at me because I'm pretty. And that's just a lot of that is because she's self-deprecating. And I mean, because she never talks kindly about herself. So in her mind, of course they're looking at me because I'm Riftborne, not because I look hot. So whereas Asta's like, homie, I made you this gorgeous dress. They're looking at you because you're so pretty. So, I mean, they're both kind of being a little annoying right there.
Yeah, but I will say, Fia made like one comment, mumbled it under her breath, and you know your best friend. You know this isn't her personality type. Like, she's not a ball girly. Like, she's not like, just like dying to go to the ball from the gondolier.
To the ball. I feel like I've taken it upon myself to try and be devil's advocate for
You're over here just like, yeah. You're like, not that Asta's not making bad choices, but like, let's just say maybe she's not the worst.
It's so funny because I don't even particularly love Asta, but at this point, like I'm like, let me just try and like help her out.
The game has changed.
It's fine.
It's no
And
longer
I'm glad you're
Edward
doing it
versus-
because I'm sure some of our listeners are out there like, bitch, Asta's my favorite character.
It's no longer Edward versus Jacob. It's Asta
Asta
versus Fia.
To be clear, both of them are kind of getting on my nerves overall. But like,
You're just trying to balance it out.
I'm trying to balance it out. Anyway, sorry. They're at the ball. Asta's mad. Fia doesn't go there.
Asta's being terrible.
They both
Fia
look-
becomes an absolute doormat for her friend because she's like, I'm sorry, you're right. I'll just go along. And then the general comes over. The general comes over and is super charming with Asta. And is sort of like being a douche about Fia and is like kind of making fun of her. And I'm just like, if you're trying to flirt with her, that ain't the way, bro. Another mark off your scoreboard.
Oh, this bitch is gonna elbow me every time you.
I was like, I sense some jealousy there. He was flirting with Asta.
Well, if he's supposed to be the main romance character, like the
Harry's
main...
like, I personally identify with Fia, and Asta's the worst. Screw Asta.
So,
How many of you here have been personally victimized by Asta Riftborne?
so
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna get t-shirts made. So the general ends up taking Asta around the ball to introduce her to people, which is great because that's supposed to help her gain connections, you know, so she can, because she wants to make these ball gowns. And I will give her that. It seems like she's very talented making these ball gowns. And her hope is to be able to do that out from underneath this other woman's thumb. And this is a great way to do that and a great way to network and build connections. And so the general is really helping her with that. So in the meantime, Fia has no desire to go be doing that. She's like, I'm going to go to the bar. The general calls over Mercer to kind of like watch over her because she tends to get in trouble. And Fia, as they're kind of chatting, finds out that he's actually a lieutenant and is like the second in command under General Lyric. And he's going to be doing all their training when she joins the actual guard for that part of training. And they're kind of having like, it's really short, their interaction, but they're having like a pretty good conversation. And then the general shows back up and decides he's going to go take her for a spin on the dance floor. We do get some good chemistry and tension, I felt like, in their little dance scene.
Yeah.
Between the two of them. So then they're like getting ready to go to the dinner portion of the ball, and the king and queen are in attendance, and they actually approach the general wanting to be introduced to Fia, which I thought was interesting. Also, honestly, I don't hate the king and queen.
Right, I didn't.
I kind of thought I was gonna.
Yeah.
But the king, obviously, at least from Fia's point of view that she's giving us, the king seems to like adore his wife. Both of them seem very chill and laid back.
And they were nice to Fia. It's not like they looked down on her for being Riftborne. They didn't give off any.
So
Bad
part of me
vibes.
wonders if there's more to them than. So like, is the Ascended about them? Like maybe like a pre.
You're like, let me Google.
Doesn't it feel like there's more to them?
Well, I'm assuming there's gotta be. But like I said, from the very beginning, you got that little excerpt. It felt like propaganda, now you've got this king and queen, and you assume that they're the leaders of the Isle of She, which is like the colonizing group that took over Riftamar, that they're probably not the best people, but honestly, they seem really nice. They seem really nice. But that doesn't, they could be putting on a show, whatever. They could turn out to be evil incarnate. I don't know. I guess we'll find out later. But as of right now, I don't hate them.
Everyone says that you have to read these books before you read the Ascended, but like I'm looking at the thing for Ascended and I'm like, none of this seems familiar. Granted, it might later. But I'm like, there ain't no trials. There's trials in that. We love a games and trials.
But we haven't finished.
That's true.
So when they go to the dinner, as they're going to the dinner, there's some other guards in attendance. They're whispering about a Riftborne that has joined the guard, and Lyric overhears them, and then he makes sure to sort of like intercede in that. And then he also makes sure to introduce Fia around to everybody and make it very clear that she's like welcome there. And even Fia, in her narration is like seeing that this seems to be the motive of the general, is to like set a precedent that she like belongs. She's here, she belongs. Leave her the fuck alone. Don't mess with her type thing. And so if you're keeping your scorecard, point for Lyric. So at the dinner, the general sits next to Narissa, which,
Remove that point.
well, I'm like,
So her hand going under the table. I'm like, where did it go?
you're gonna be
Like,
so wait.
under the
You're gonna be defending Asta, and I'm gonna be defending Narissa because
Okay.
we don't know shit about her.
That's true.
We get like 2 scenes with her, maybe 3 tops. I think we don't get a lot of her.
We get 3.
We get
And
a
she
point of
came.
view from Fia's
She's
other
obviously
wives.
been with the general and working with this group
It's a
for like a
working
hot minute.
It's a working relationship. I'm
Working
sure that
relationship.
hand went under the table to sit on her knee.
I mean-
you know, just relaxing. She didn't want her elbows. In the
Well, even if they are together, Fia's new to the group. Like this isn't.
it's true.
You can't blame. That'd be like blaming the wife for like the mistress coming along and being jealous. Like
That's true. You're right.
so,
You're correct.
we're not slandering Narissa yet.
He also like
We
looks
might
at
end up
Fia.
hating her, but she's got like a badass focus. Like
She does, and she looks at Fia very like. She doesn't seem to care for her. I have seen.
Well,
that.
that's good. Point of view is coming from Fia. Though.
well, if you were
Well,
she
that's
could just have
true.
RBF.
Yeah. Or it could be maybe that she senses
Fia
maybe
stepping in
not-
her
has
man
nothing to do with
territory.
the- maybe it has nothing to do with the general. Maybe it's like I'm the resident,
Badass.
right, and like you're gonna come in and what? And maybe like the fact that she's been the only one that's been into. I mean, I get it. Okay, woman scorned. I understand.
So anyway, so Narissa's another member of the Venom, which is the specialized group in the Guard that the general's overseeing with these like super special weapons, the Marvel characters, if you will, of the team. And
X-Men.
Fia's told that she's a bloodlock, but at this point, that's all she gets told, that she's just, so it sounds kind of scary, but she's not sure what that means. It's not till later that she learns what that actually entails. And after a couple of
What's that?
After a couple of the guards they befriended at their table, which were the guards you were talking about, I don't remember. Gentry, I think, was one of the names, and I don't remember the other one. They don't stick around long. But they're very friendly, very welcoming to Fia and Asta. But they
I
offered
love
to
that scene where he like choked on his water because I was laughing.
yeah.
I thought
Well,
that
they were making fun of Narissa, I think. And they start laughing. They all 4 start laughing. General shoots him like a
dirty look.
dirty look for doing it.
Yeah, I thought I thought that was kind of funny because they seemed to have a little vibe. I was like, that's cute. They're all happy. Yay, happiness.
So they offer to escort them back to their apartment, and
Or gondola.
they don't, or to the gondola, to the apartment. But they don't make it very far. They're stopped by another guard who tells them that it's happening again. It's like all kind of like mysterious. And that basically that they're getting deployed. And so they end up leaving, and Fia and Asta are making their way back. But Fia looks back and she sees Lyric and Narissa leaving hand in hand. And she very obviously gets a little jelly because she's like, I don't care, I hate him. And I'm like, no one says that in your head unless you're jealous.
She's jealous. She's very
true.
jealous.
So the general disappears for like a week and there's no
No
training.
correspondence.
Fia's very irritated. There was no note left.
I was a little irritated. I was
Which
like,
I'm like,
was
does he
your
owe
thing,
you
man?
a note?
well, it was his thing. He was the one that told her. Whatever. Go ahead.
But then meanwhile, I'm once again questioning Asta's focus here because her boss was not invited to this ball that they just went to. So she decides to roll into work and just be bragging about the ball she attended.
Yeah.
And she didn't expect any repercussions from that.
Not a.
I'm like, once again, your focus is supposed to be like observance, and yet you can't read a room to save your life.
She's really observant about the little
patterns.
details.
And color schemes.
Sure.
She could definitely probably throw a nice party for sure.
A little interior decor.
Yeah, for sure. She's got it.
So,
Just don't like put her with like a really jealous employer.
Well, she doesn't understand at all why her employer would be slightly irritated with her at all after this.
I don't know if it was worth firing her, but like,
Well, to be fair, she was fired because of
Refusing to do her job.
she refused. She was in subordination. Yeah, it was insubordination because she refused to do a gown with two
Like
weird
colors she didn't
that
think
she said did not go,
go
together.
together.
That's why she was fired.
And here's the thing. They might not have. This might have been the worst designer on the planet. You know, Asta's over here doing her some favors. But the reality is if that's your boss and she tells you to do it, like, you just do it. You make the ugly ass dress and then you're like, that was your design, bitch. Sorry, it's ugly. Sorry, it looks like McDonald's with your orange and red. Like,
There probably is a McDonald's. There probably is one
Probably.
in Italy. Next.
in Italy, by the gondolier, they're just eating their Big
in the
Big Macs
townhouse. Yeah.
and the nuggies.
Yeah, you leave your townhouse and go to the gondola to get to the gym and McDonald's.
So Fia goes, she's been kind of going about since everybody's deployed and she has no training. She's kind of going about life as normal and she's back at the apothecary. The general shows back up at the apothecary. He's described as being in fighting leathers. So
Here we go.
I'm like, now I got like Fourth Wing Akatar vibes because now we got like the fighting leathers.
The
He tells-
unforgiving fighting leathers. Apparently they're not very versatile with the movement.
They don't seem as comfortable as,
She said they were hot as hell too.
yeah,
Which, I mean, if you've ever worn leather,
leather. Yeah, that makes
it's
sense.
the worst.
Like Ross from Friends, you know, with the pants. You guys remember that scene?
There was a whole phase in like, I think it was I don't know, maybe mid-90s, late 90s, mid-90s, I don't remember. But in showing horses where like the leather chaps were really, and at that time black was like the only color ever that we wore. And the leather chaps were really popular and like the horse shows were outside in like 100-degree heat with like 1,000,000% humidity. And I'm like, this is a solid choice. It's great.
Every
Black
time,
hat, black leather chaps.
every time I think like, man, I'd like some leather pants or some leather something, which isn't often. But if that does cross my brain, I just think of Ross with the baby powder and the lotion on the
I'm
date,
just-
trying to pull him up because he's like sweat so
I
much.
had a pair of black leather pants for a while that I would wear to the club back when I was
I
in
was gonna
Chicago.
say, where are we
Good
going?
club.
To the club.
Where are we going with these leather plants?
And let me tell you something. At the end of the night after the club, you would have to like peel those
Dear
suckers
God,
off. And
no.
also there was like an odor that I did not love after that. So
And
they did not
also, like,
stay in rotation long.
I feel like it's gotta like chafe too, like after a bit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. If you're sweating and it's fabric, I don't know. It just seems like it just wouldn't be comfy. I don't know. I don't know. I've never worn leather pants, but I just feel like it wouldn't be comfy after a bit, especially after the club.
After the club.
just a hot take. I don't know.
So the general's back in his leather. He tells her that regular training is going to resume as normal, but also that group training, because of everything that's occurring, has been like escalated and is starting sooner. And so she's going to have to start like tomorrow, the next day, with her group training. She is irritated. She was like, "Why have I not had advance notice?"
He's like, I just got here, homie.
Yeah. So they're fighting, which it was funny because when he first shows up, he's kind of flirty with her. Like, he's trying to have a little banter. And when she starts getting really kind of crappy with him about the training announcement, which she's sort of pissed from the get-go because she's like, you left, you didn't leave a note. Like, now I got to go to training. You're trying to tell me what to do. So they end up arguing, and when he's finally like, I'm done arguing, just do as you're told, and he's kind of like crappy with her, and then he leaves, and Ma overhears it, and Ma's like freaking out, because she's like, girl, you're going to get yourself killed. Like, stop it.
Which she might. You never know. Well, I don't know. There's a second book, so probably not. At least not now.
So Fia reports for training the next day. Mercer meets her there. He introduces her to the group, which is already seems to have been like established. They all know each other. They're required to make a blood vow that is like a fantasy non-disclosure agreement. We're not going to talk about what happens in training stays in training. We ain't going to talk about it.
We ain't going to put
That's
out
fair.
Which I have questions about this enemy.
We'll get to that.
Sorry.
Well, it's coming right now, so pretty much. So in our group we have Baylor, whose focus is fire, and his dad helped win the last war against the Riftmar rebellion.
And he's very anti-Riftborne.
Right. He's like our Jack Barlow of the group.
That's what I thought, yeah.
He hates Fia, is immediately like her enemy within her own group. He's very cocky. He thinks he's gonna like solve the world's problems with his massive fire skills that he's got.
Just put me on the front lines.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it.
We have Briar, who is another guy, and we have Rain, another guy. He seems friendly. And then we have Rain, which is the only other girl who's also very immediately welcoming. And we get a few other characters which we get more introduced to a little bit later when her and Rain kind of hang out.
Do you know who I picture as Rain? I have no idea why, but this is who is in my head. You remember the girl from Divergent who was like Triss's buddy?
No.
I don't.
She was originally
Can
she
you bring
was
up
like
a picture?
yeah.
I kept thinking of Halle Berry, the one that played Ariel in the live action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Divergent cast.
Is it Haley Berry? Halle Berry. It's not
I
Halle
always
Berry.
thought it was
That's-
Halle Berry.
Hallie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Zoe
Lenny
Kravitz.
Kravitz's daughter.
That's like who I was picturing. But like the haircut she had in Divergent. I don't even think they describe anything, but that's how I'm picturing her. I have no idea why. But I just picture a little Zoe Kravitz. It's just I thought she was a Kravitz. It's funny. I should have just said that.
Mercer explains that who their enemy is, what they're fighting, which is they call them wraiths.
And also, you're
And
not
he-
even fighting them. Like, that's the thing. I'm like, how are you getting called? How are you getting deployed to fight something that you're just running away from? Like, you're not actually fighting them. Like, literally, the strategy thus far that has been said is to run away. So, like, I feel like what you should just stay. Like, they can't come very far. So maybe it's one of those things like we're just gonna keep an eye on it. Versus like we're gonna go over there and just like die. Like how are you fighting it? Like anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
So I can't really. They're kind of described as like little black shadow daddy shadows. Just the shadow, not the daddy. Just the
Just the shadow. You can't
minus
do
the daddy.
anything to
Maybe
it.
there's. But see, this is my theory. My unhinged theory is that the wraiths are like they're attached to people, like there's
They just
a
sing.
bunch of shadow, like there's a whole land of shadow daddies that are making wraiths. Those are those shadows.
Well, we know that it doesn't matter what happens, if it's a shadow daddy or not. We know that it's going to be a shadow daddy that's going to be the real male main character in the next book. It's going to have to be. This guy, I'm not getting attached to him. All of his things, I'm like, that sucks, you're the worst. I'm not going to get attached to you because I just know that next book, they're going to be like, actually, it's this guy who wields shadows, and he is like your soulmate.
I almost wonder if it's going to be
He
the
would be
guy
that
from her dream earlier in the book that had like all the tattoos.
Yeah.
That was like forging a weapon.
Paying attention to her dreams.
Her little mate is going to be a wraith or something. It's going to be one of those guys. And then it's going to be this whole little rift, unhinged theory. It's going to be like a thing where like really she's like something for these people and she's going to be switching teams.
Well, I wonder, like that's I started to have a
Wraiths
theory.
are the good guys.
I started to have a theory when they had the dinner with the FedEx guy.
Karen.
And they were like, we don't talk about the parents. And she's like, I never, like both her and Asta were like, they don't
know their
remember
parents.
anything about their parents or anything. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
were you like some kind of royalty back?
Possibly.
lines.
Possibly.
Pretty sure that's the way it's gonna go.
Riftramar nobility. Maybe so. And she
Or
just
with-
happens to have this like super crazy focus or whatever.
Right.
That like fillets minds. And I don't know, I'm just saying she's gonna end up with a shadow daddy. It's gonna happen. I just
So
know.
those wraiths, those shadow daddy wraiths, they are looking for Arcanite, which is what the whole like battle seems to be over, because the Isle of She has like these storehouses filled with Arcanite because they're using it for something. The wraiths apparently want the Arcanite. So this is where we're at.
Every time
And
you're
we
Arcanite-
heard Ma talking about the Arcanite earlier. Again, I think there might be more to, because they keep saying that Arcanite is just like some way to like increase essence, but Ma felt like there was more to it. So I'm wondering if, again, if like that's going to come into play, if there's more to the Arcanite than just that.
Ma's gonna end
Yeah,
up an
I think
apothecary for
so.
the shadow daddies. She's gonna switch teams.
I would
to
love that for her.
Pretty sure she's already switched.
So Rain ends
Like,
up
what do you
catching.
guys need? What do you need?
Yeah. She's like, we're gonna play with this Arcanite.
Whatever
find
gets
out.
her away from the guard.
Yep. She's like, it's
I could see that.
play the guard.
She's like, no general for you.
No, General. You see this guy over here, this wraithy gentleman? Honestly, much more gentlemanly. Okay? Better decision. I can see it.
So Rain ends up catching up with Fia after training and asks her to hang out, go to the bar, chat, whatever. She's excited to have another girls talk. Her focus is lightning, which is actually pretty cool. Like, that sounds kind of badass. She tells her a bit about the rest of the group, including Nazul.
Is it in the glossary?
Is it in the glossary? I didn't even look. I was pronouncing it Nazul, and I was like, I don't know, maybe it's wrong.
So with my Kindle,
It's that H again.
what is it?
Nozzle.
Yeah, NaH. I've been saying nozzle
Nozzle.
because
Nozzle.
the thing with the Kindle,
Nozzle, like a gas
sometimes it's
nozzle?
Like,
Like
I don't know. I feel like I
what?
lose my place.
Like a gas nozzle.
I thought you said
What'd you think?
nozzle.
I was over here like, I thought you
Look, it's with her southern accent. That nozzle guy.
That nozzle guy.
Nozzle. I've just been saying like nuzzle.
I just
I
like
said Nazul.
Maladia. I like to say that. Maladia. Because it's how it's written on here. Maladia.
My lady.
It's giving Palladia.
But Nazul is friends with Baylor, who's our bad guy. So
Baylor.
it's kind of assumed that Nazul is also a bad guy. Like, just
But
'cause
it's just he's
But
his
I
friend.
wonder if he is because
I don't
you know
think that he is.
he was chatting it up with what's her name, Asta.
with Asta, and her
And-
mark was on display. But
Right.
is he doing that because he's nice and he was like, ooh, pretty girl? Or is he doing that because he's like, I don't like you, but I am going to get in with you and then like destroy you from the inside?
I hope.
Gosh, I hope.
I hope not.
I hope he's just misunderstood.
I think
Maybe.
that's gonna be
Maybe because Rains ends up saying that she's not sure if they're friends, but they're both from like nobility, and
They've
he
known
goes along with whatever Baylor does or says. Like, he
Right.
just kind of goes along. He's a follower. He's a sheep.
Maybe he's just like, you know what, like our
He does have he has a
friends are
very.
BFFs and-
It would be great if he's a good guy, because he has a really cool, and they describe it as very rare, focus of being able to do shields.
but like
around.
only like for like around himself.
Well,
I was
or
like,
maybe he's gonna with the Arcanite. He can do it further.
I was over here like, who freaking cares if he can kill himself?
I know. To be fair, I was kind of like, then why is he in this elite group?
Maybe, but
Because
well,
he ain't shielding anybody. But
maybe
himself.
maybe it's like people like maybe it's like it's around himself, but like with a vicinity. Maybe like maybe
Yeah.
it's like
Well,
if you're
maybe it's
within-
like Bella, where she had to like train her
push it
shield
out.
to push it out,
We got the Bella.
or maybe where he can like transfer the shield to someone else.
maybe so. Maybe
We'll
so.
find out. Maybe. Maybe not.
So
The way it's going.
Briar said that he can change landscapes, which is like whole landscapes. Like, he can make vines do stuff. He can create a sinkhole. He can move a mountain. Like, he can do some pretty cool stuff. Like, that could be really helpful in a battle. And then Draven, they say, is a bit of a loner. He's like the last guy that we didn't meet originally. And he's a bit of a loner, shy. No one really knows anything about him. So I don't know how he's going to show back up. Fia asks about Narissa, and Rain explains it that her blood lock focus is like her blood is acid, and if it gets on you, it'll just like burn through your bones.
Yes.
And I was like, girl, what you doing on your period? I feel like it's a very dangerous one to have.
Be like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Well,
Well, it doesn't affect her. Just no one else can touch her.
Like you had said, she's the only one other one of them, of any of these recruits, that the general has taken on as like a personal little pet and trained privately.
and I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know, maybe he's collecting superpowers.
He's collecting. He's building the Avengers.
My golden retriever, I didn't put her in the crate, and so she's been.
She's like, I would like to join the podcast. Getting a new dream sequence, and it's different from any of the previous ones we've had. And it's like she's falling through the sky and then hits the ground. Her body is broken and she's just laying there, but she's not dead. And she's just kind of trapped in her own mind. But what I found was really weird and interesting was that she was like aware she was dreaming, because she tells herself to wake up in the dream.
That's a little odd. I noticed.
So
that.
like her focus
That.
her focus has been very focused on the mind, right? So like she can like squish a mind, but what if she can like also do other stuff with her mind? Like what if she can either see stuff or she can do dream stuff? And I also wonder if other people can like send stuff to her mind. Like was that her dream or was that someone else?
like her mate.
You're determined there's going to be a mate.
But no, lucid dreaming is a thing.
I mean, they're not like.
Have you ever been in a dream and you were like, I
I'm
need
dreaming.
to wake up. I'm dreaming. Like,
Yep.
yeah, it's weird.
If I
It's
pee
so
in my
weird.
dreams, I'll be like, this is not a real toilet.
You've got to go. Like for real, not just in your dream.
So at training that next day after she has her little dream, Briar also wants to hang out. He's a little jealous. He found out that Rain and Fia hung out, and he's like, wait a minute, I want to join the party. I also want to hang out. So they arrange a meetup for the following day. They can't do it that day because Fia has training with the general. But meanwhile, in their regular group training, they're starting conditioning, which was basically suicide drills. I had flashbacks to high school basketball, and my coach just screaming at me, and my knees hurt.
Same.
When they were describing the training areas, like the different rooms, then it was like glass walls. I immediately was like, "What is this, racquetball court?" Like, they just had different rooms with glass.
We've gone from Planet Fitness to the Y.
I was like, "What is
We had the
this?"
So
Y.
it's a
YMCA.
different gym than where they're
It's a different gym. It's
Yeah,
a
because
gym
now
at
they have a mess
castle.
hall. They're at like
They're at the
They're
Y.
They're at the Y.
They're
Well,
at the
there's a
Y
Y
now.
in the castle or a community.
she's got to leave to go meet the general at the Planet Fitness here in a little bit, which is what she does. She leaves. She does her training. She does her suicide drill. She's real tired, and then she leaves to go meet the general at Planet Fitness, and she gets.
I love how we say this like it's just canon. Like they are at Planet Fitness.
They're training.
She's
in
mad.
racquetball courts.
She shows up. She's mad because she's tired. She's been doing training all day. She was at the apothecary. She's doing training. Now she's doing this with him, and he's like not even focused. He's like
He's super like somewhere else in his
right,
brain.
not paying attention, and he's distracted the whole time. And so she's irritated. He ends up
Cut it short.
like cutting it short. He's like, we're done for the day. And she's like, we barely even started. And he's like, I gotta go. And then Narissa shows up and she's like, are you ready to leave? And again, we get jealous Fia, who's just like fuming. And I'm like, girl, what are you fuming about? You don't like him, remember?
He should have just canceled. Who's gonna be like that?
Right. So she goes home. Asta's upset.
Again with
You
the-
know what you just did?
What?
She's hating on Fia. You were standing up for her by being like, well, he should have just canceled.
I'm not anti-Fia. I'm just trying to defend Asta a little bit because she just rags on. She's like,
Well,
you know
she was
what?
about to get ragged on again.
Sucks.
Huh?
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So
Let's
she goes.
see what we have to say about Asta.
She goes home. Asta's upset because she got fired. Shocker. Shocker.
But then
Fia
Asta
tries
does
to
the whole thing.
cheer her up. She's like, hey, I know what'll cheer you up. Let's go out on the town with my new friends over here from my training thing, right? I will give Asta credit. She's not the type of friend who gets jealous of other friends.
She was very, very proud.
She was so excited that Fia had made friends. And you know, there's not always friends like that. Some friends get jealous of your other friends. And so I was like, good for you, girl. Let her make some
She
friends.
also was like super honored that Fia invited her, got him a super cool reservation
At the club.
Dressed Fia up.
at that field.
Got her those nice outfits. I know where her hand.
So after training the next day, Fia leaves. She sees Asta has come to the training center to meet them so they can all go out. And she sees Nazul chatting it up with Asta. And she is just like, hell no, girl. He is not the one. I had a little trouble with some of the lingo that starts popping up because I do not like, this is a personal preference. Other people I know love this, like they think it's like cool or whatever, but I do not like, if I can hear it on TikTok, I don't want it in my fantasy book. Okay.
Cringy.
So things like cringe, hard no. There was a couple other phrases in there and I was just like, what is happening right now?
When I saw the cringy, I was like,
But they say those things in Italy.
on the gondola. At the Planet
like, "That's
Fitness,
the
someone
cringy."
doesn't wash their machine, and they're like, "That's cringy." Get with it. And
So
they're
it doesn't-
fighting leathers at Planet Fitness.
It does always end up pulling me out of the story a bit. I also don't love pop culture references. I actually just read a book that had a million pop culture references in it. I'm like,
Was
please.
there a fantasy book talking about Sabrina Carpenter?
No, it wasn't a fantasy book. It was like a mafia type. I don't know. It was an arc that I had gotten approved for, and it was. But there was like just every movie. Netflix was mentioned. Marvel movies were mentioned. Sleep Token was mentioned. Taylor Swift was mentioned. Like, I mean, if it's a pop culture reference, she was thrown out there, and I was just like, can we not? Like maybe a few sprinkled in
I like a
lightly.
few.
But
A little something. You're like, you know what? We could be
kinda-
in the same town.
Well, it grounds me in the time.
This
that
could
we're
happen
in.
to
You know
me.
what I mean? Like, I think an author, it would be good for an author to remember what time they're in.
So Asta did bring a dress for Fia to change into, and so that way they could go to this club that they're gonna go.
That looks like it's in like a field. I just kept picturing like a meadow, like
With the flower overhead.
with just random.
But then like U-shaped,
booths.
U-shaped.
U-shaped booths.
I didn't.
She
I
did,
didn't-
to be fair, she did say that there were illusionists
Yes,
at work.
she
So
did say
you
that.
have to accept that.
But I'm just like picturing them walking through like grass
Yeah, me
to
too.
sit in a booth.
Yeah, me too.
So they're like little hostess person that takes them to the table, is like gives them like a packet and is like, hey, if you want refreshments, just throw this in the fire, and then they'll come and bring you refreshments.
Which that's kind of cool.
That was kind of cool.
I did
So they
like
throw it in the fire, like some weird smoke powdery thing comes up, and someone comes and brings them a tray of elixirs, which they were like, hey, we haven't ordered yet. And they were like, no, we order for you.
We give you what you need, and I
Yeah.
was like,
They're Chick-fil-A.
I'm over here like,
No, they're drug dealers. They're over here just like, have some ecstasy. Have a nice
It was
day.
definitely ecstasy.
It was
I
definitely
I
like an
that
ecstasy.
is
So they end up
right there.
high as a kite. Fia's just tripping balls. And the chapter ends.
it was, and I just loved it. They were like, no, this is what you need collectively, and I was like, oh, okay.
Which for Fia, facts. I'm gonna be honest. She needed
Let go a
some-
little, girl. Have a good time.
Have a good time.
Let
You
your hair
haven't had a
down.
good time in a lot of years. You need something.
It's true.
Predictions going into our next set of chapters.
Wait, is this the end?
That was the end. We ended with Fia being
And
tripping
somewhere
balls.
else, Catherine?
No, I didn't.
Catherine?
Did you read ahead?
No,
Did you read ahead? 'Cause I read.
Look,
I did read ahead.
I didn't. I promise. I didn't.
I read. I think like
I shut off that part of me and gave myself fully to the colorful class, so I guess it did.
That's it.
I read a couple chapters ahead because I was like, where are we going with this? But
I have no idea. I'm assuming.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I am reading other things that are holding my attention a little more. I don't hate. I do not hate this book. It's fine. It's fine. But
It that's me, that's me. That's where I'm at.
I'm,
I don't hate it. It's not a bad book. For me, it's just fine.
yeah.
It held my attention a good bit last night. when
There
I
are
was
sections where I'm like
rolling.
really wanting to know what's happening next. There are other sections where I kind of don't care. And I'm
Yeah.
tempted to skim. And honestly, if it weren't for the podcast, I might skim a few sections. And then there's other sections where I keep getting, like, there are things like which are personal preferences, like the modern language and some of the, like, really inconsistent character, actions and things. And it's not character development. The characters just aren't doing what the author's saying they're one person and then they're like doing something else. And it just kind of is pulling me out of the story a lot. And then I'm having trouble getting back in the story. So
I'm
fine.
just taking information in as it comes, and I'm not really questioning the gondolier at the Planet Fitness, but because I mean it is a fantasy world. It can be whatever she wants.
Well, we're getting ready to hit the second, like we've hit halfway point, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, I will say, the first time I read ACOTAR, I almost DNF'd. Because
So
I
you're
didn't,
saying it's probably
so-
going to start getting good.
Yeah.
so I'm wondering if the second half will pick up. I will still 100% have some issues with some things in this book, but I'm wondering if it'll pick up and have me really flying through, dying
My
to know
theory-
what's happening.
So obviously the Wraiths, she's going to end up having to do something with the Wraiths.
and the Arcanite stone.
And we have a book too, so I feel like I'm assuming we're gonna end on a cliffhanger, but even if we don't end quite on a cliffhanger, I feel like you're gonna have this big shift. Like we're building up to something.
Yeah.
And so
I think
I'm just
it's gonna
hoping
be-
that the book really starts to ramp, because right
Mm-hmm.
now I'm just kind of like here and
There's a
I get
lot
little
of things
blips.
where they're giving information, but they aren't giving a ton of it. And so I'm thinking that there's obviously more than meets the eye. And I have a feeling that she's going to end up getting like kidnapped, or she's going to end up in enemy territory somehow.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out, things are not as they seem. We're not the bad guys. They're the bad guys, which, of course, she's Riftborne. So I don't feel like it's going to take a lot of convincing on her part with that. It's not like, And
well, now I don't know though, because now she's starting to make some friends, right? I feel like Ren
That's
and
true.
Briar seem to be legit friends and seem to have no prejudices against the Riftborne, things
Right.
like that.
I think they're gonna have to learn, train, and fight whatever this is. She's gonna obviously be the one to be the key in with dealing with the Wraiths, but I don't know. I'm
I
just
think-
reading it. I would right now if you were like, "Hey, we're gonna read the next book after this." I would be like, "Okay." I wouldn't fight you on it, but I'm like at a 3.5 ish.
I'll probably
still
go
at-
down.
I'm
But
still at
I
a
keep going
3.
up.
I'm
Is it
still at a
easy?
I'm still at a solid 3, which 3s for me are not bad.
They're
Like
not
a
bad.
3 for me is not bad. The 3 for me is I finished the book. I probably enjoyed the book. I might have had some issues with the book. I will never reread the book. And I
Right.
might forget the book, which I will say I'm having trouble with this. There's been a few times I've set it down for a few days because it is a fast read. The chapters are
is.
fairly short. So I'll fly through a bunch of chapters and then I'll set it down for a couple days because, like you, I have other things I'm reading. I had some arcs I needed to get through. And so, then I'll pick it back up and I have to go back and kind of skim through because I don't remember what the heck happened. And so that to me tells me it's not really staying with me. Now, again, we're only halfway through. It could really take off. This could end up being a 4.5 star book for me in the end. Who knows? We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. I have the second book, so I'm going to read it at some point no matter what.
I would read it.
I would read the
I've
second
got
one.
Kindle. I'd read that.
I have a feeling I have a feeling that we're gonna end up getting pulled in here towards the end. But I have a feeling that we'll see what ends up happening. But I do feel like I know Lyric is not in game. I do know that.
Do you?
No, I mean, intrinsically. Like I
Feel it in your soul.
She's like, I read it on
know
this blog.
that.
I Googled.
I know he
He's
is not.
not.
There's no, like, because I'm not having what happened to me with Wolf King happen again. I was very, like, it's him. He's the one. And then I was like, Team Blake, actually. Like,
Well, so
Well, their vibe.
I don't feel like if she, because I'm with you. My theory is she's going to end up like you somehow on the other side, whether she's kidnapped or she gets, like on the wrong side of the enemy lines or whatever. But she's going to realize things aren't all as they seem. Assuming she's going to probably end up switching sides. That there's more to her background, maybe even Asta's background that we know of.
probably going to be a rescue mission for Asta and the friends, I would assume.
But like, I also agree. I don't think the general's endgame. I think her person, whether it's a mate or it's just like a guy, a dude, her
Mr.
ultimate love
Wraith.
interest,
Just a Wraith guy.
Mr. Right Wraith.
Her own shadow daddy.
Her own
But-
little shadow daddy.
I think he's gonna probably be on the enemy side. Like he's gonna be on the other side. He's gonna be probably a bit more, I don't know, morally gray maybe. But I don't know what's gonna happen with the general. I don't love the general. Like I said, I've been keeping a scorecard. And he can't seem to keep a point on the board. Like he puts one up and then he gets like it comes down. So he is not my favorite. He also is very one-dimensional, and I know we're not getting enough of him to get more than that.
He gives like little snippets, and you're
But
like,
look, we
okay, but
also
then he
in Wolf
brings
King.
it back.
In Wolf King, we didn't get a lot of Blake at first, and I immediately bought into him. I am not buying in to the general. Like, I don't even really like him that much. Like,
Right.
he has a few moments where they have a little bit of tension and chemistry. Otherwise, I could care less.
I don't even like how he looks in my head. I'm gonna be honest. Like I can't make him. Y'all said Lucian, but I'm like, I just didn't get that. I don't know. I'm having a hard.
The fan art doesn't help him either. I looked up some fan art for him because I was struggling just to like really. Well, actually, I was struggling. I looked it up.
Look up some fan art because
I looked it up for Fia because I wanted to see the shrouding around her eyes, how they were doing that. But all the fan art people end up just making her look hot. Like they're just like, oh, let's give her some eyeliner, and I'm like, that's not really how it was described.
No.
Oh, I see what you mean. There's like
But
barely
who
nothing
is
there.
that? You see what I'm saying?
Wait, is there a different
There's
guy?
another
Wait,
guy.
I want to see it.
What?
Ooh, that might
Is
be a
this
spoiler.
telling us stuff? This might be a spoiler.
But it says Riftborne.
See what
Wait,
I'm
now see
saying?
that looks like the general up there.
But who is that?
Who is that? See, he
It's
looks way
the
hotter.
Shadow Daddy, I'm telling you. But then look at this. Look at this. Look, this is what we're thinking is her, right? Who's that? Is that her too? But like her little wraithy shadow
Or her
mommy version?
sister. What
Is that Narissa?
The sister.
But Narissa has red hair, doesn't she?
Is
Yeah.
it black hair on that? I couldn't see it. You gotta
Yeah,
look.
She's
black,
she's
a shadow.
completely black. Like it looks like she's,
a
a shadow.
Maybe
So
she-
is Fia a wraith?
That's what I'm saying. This is kind of cute. I mean, like she does
She-
look pretty here, but she looks a little tired. But like that one. have you
Oh,
seen
that's
that?
a better one of
like
her.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
A lot
one.
of the ones I've
It's
seen
up
are
to
like.
her curls too.
There's
because,
I've
you know,
seen
the book says
several
she has
people
curly
who've
hair.
done some different things with her dress, that white dress. And I had a clear picture in my mind, so there were some I liked more than others with the dress. Because in my mind, I almost pictured it a little bit like the minute they said velvet, I thought of a white silvery version of Anastasia's, the animated version where it's a velvet dress. What are you doing over there? No.
She's looking
See,
at
yeah.
all the potential
No.
lyrics.
Now here's the deal.
He also doesn't seem like that badass to me. Like those
Right.
pictures.
I don't-
No,
I'm not getting those facial features.
Do they?
I'm
Are
just
these
not.
people Fae? Why does he have pointy ears? Do
I saw that too. Everybody had pointy ears, and I was like, "Where's that
Wait
coming
a minute.
from?"
Did they mention? I
wanna
feel
say
like they did mention that she had pointy ears.
They all have
Did
pointy
they? I missed it.
They did, yeah.
I feel like now that I'm
Yeah.
seeing that, I remember them saying something about her having pointy
like
ears.
at the very beginning, yeah.
So I guess they could be mates. Hell. Not her and Lyric. Her and the mysterious shadow guy. I am a marked one. Oh wait, that's right, Riftborne.
She is marked.
I'm so
Yeah.
stupid. But I'm like, what does that
Lots
mean?
of them are marked.
The
Because-
beings that look like ink droplets.
So so let's stop what you're doing because you're getting some spoilers just from pictures.
Like, look at this weirdo. Look at that. No.
At least,
No.
Why does his scar look like a lightning bolt?
well, because the reason is
Like,
that
you're not Harry Potter.
it's supposed to be. I know it's supposed to be visible. Like she talks about how dark and black it is.
Yeah,
And
but I
you
also
look at there's
envisioned
no
it
dirt.
more like this, not
This.
like a.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree. Because I imagined it like here going down.
Yeah.
See, like, who is this guy? Who are you?
Well, now
Because
He's
it's
got
right here.
tattoos on his arms too. What if the
Spoilers.
tattoos are shadows?
Why did you say fan
Spoilers.
art? I'm gonna be on Pinterest just like,
Okay, you're not supposed to do that.
Pinterest isn't social media.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm not socializing on it.
It's
doesn't count.
It's socially
Social-
acceptable.
Oh,
So
okay. So I don't
Pinterest is-
consider Pinterest social media. So,
But
I can't talk.
do you doom scroll, which is why you're giving that up?
I don't know. Well, either way, back to this.
She's not gonna look at
I'm
it.
telling you, something about to happen. It ain't gonna be
I don't
Mr.
know.
Redheaded General. And don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-redhead. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the way they're making I just feel like, okay, if in a fantasy book, okay, if your male main character is described as like blonde or copper-headed or whatever, unless he's got dark hair or white hair, it seems like. Okay, he's not it. He's not Endgame. I've yet to see.
He's not your Shadow Daddy.
He-
And he's
yeah.
not your Danny Phantom.
He's if he
So that's
yeah.
it. So are you blonde-headed, red-headed kids?
Nothing
It
wrong
ain't
with it. Nothing wrong with it. And you know what? I'm just saying that by and large, in these fantasy novels, unless you guys can tell me different, if you ain't got the white hair or if you ain't got the black hair, you ain't the one. It's just not happening. Unfortunately. Sorry to tell you.
I mean, it is a common theme
it's a common theme.
that it would be nice if we could.
You gotta
rank
have
at
dark
some
hair,
point.
a lot of weird.
Just
You gotta
to get
have
some
some
variety.
sort of shadows. If you wield some sort of tendril-like thing, then that's also a plus. That is just what we're seeing.
Rowan's was air.
Sorry.
Rowan,
He had white hair.
yeah, but he had air. He didn't have shadows or.
No.
But what are
no,
shadows but air? What-
Hair with color.
it's just dark air.
But no, I was like, but he had white hair, so he got the other box, Mary.
He's just checking it up, and he's got markings.
And he's got tattoos.
They always got tattoos. You don't see like a clean shaven, no non-tatted up redhead that they're like, you know what?
But you know,
That's
the
it.
redheads,
They don't do it.
Wait,
Are
that's what
smart,
someone needs to write. Someone needs to write just like some sandy-haired,
Yeah.
That's
wears
what I'm saying.
glasses, no tattoos, fantasy male main character.
Isn't wait, hold on. Hold on. Isn't I haven't read this series, so you'll have to tell me if I'm wrong, but isn't the male main character in the Shatter Me series blonde?
I haven't read.
I
it.
didn't read Shatter Me series.
I feel like someone
Faith
said
did.
his name's
Faith
like
read
Arian
it.
or something. I feel
Yeah.
like. So he's the only one that I've seen. Someone
Is
needs.
that YA?
It is.
It is YA.
It doesn't count.
Faith said it was pretty good though. She liked it.
I'm just kidding. It does count because if we're gonna count Throne of Glass, then Shatter Me should count. So, I
Someone
just
needs to write a copper-headed male main character or a blonde male main character.
That's not a girl. Because it's got to be the male that has the hair. Because we've got plenty of girls with red hair.
Plenty.
White hair and brown hair and blonde hair.
We've mixed it
Wait.
up.
But they're all
Wait.
going for the dark-headed men.
What about in Shadowhunters, in Cassandra Clare's series? Wasn't he blonde?
I haven't read that one either.
I'm pretty sure he was blonde.
Hey.
There we go. We're getting there.
Well, Alchemist.
White, but
Well,
his
he
hair was
started
white.
out,
Well, yeah.
and he started out black.
Yeah, he did.
His hair started out black,
Sorry,
and
it
guess
was
what
white.
it went to? White.
I can't wait to think of Draco Malfoy.
I put that thing, he had the little thing, and then his hair turned blonde. Like, it was white.
It did go white. Stark white. Sure enough.
There you go. What are we reading to this week? Chapter what?
We are reading to you chapter 40 through chapter 40.
Okay,
you'll
so we
stop at
end on
41.
41.
Yes. So 27 through 40.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like we're just reading like 100 pages basically a week around.
Yeah, it's not bad at
it's
all.
an easy read. I mean,
It really is.
I'm not bothered by it. I'm not sucked in, if you will, but I'm not bothered by it.
I'm rooting for the book, so I'm rooting
Me
for it
too.
to really pick up in the second half and for me to kind of fall in love with the characters and the world, so that way I'm excited to go into the second book. And plus, the cover's just so damn pretty.
It
It
is
is really
pretty.
I have a feeling it's going to pick up. I have a feeling. Especially because we know that The Ascended is amazing. We haven't read it, but just because it's gotten, I haven't seen anyone talk badly about it, honestly. Like, have you?
I've seen a couple people who said that it was overhyped.
Okay, well, by and large, I've seen people just say that it was like amazing.
But again, you're not going to please everybody with any book. You're
So
always going to
my
have people who
assumption
hate
is,
a book
since it's
or
in the
love a book.
it's in the same world, so we're gonna get attached enough in this. I feel like.
I mean, even knowing what I know now, let's say the book ended, I would still pick up the other book just to be like, what happens? But it's a quick and easy read to where it's not pissing me off. You know what I mean?
I'm interested enough.
Yeah. Just waiting
All
on
right.
memories.
So next week we will be discussing chapters 27 through 40 and hopefully being super excited to finish off the rest of Riftborne after that. We will see everybody next week. Bye.
Bye.